see the reflection of my insides. Then everything went a bit wrong. I felt like I'm just like a sausage just laying there in bed.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are here doing a, what do you call it?
Mukbang.
It's going really well. Mukbang, yeah. We're doing one of those. We're doing a Q&A on birth, and I'm here with my beautiful partner.
Hey.
Here we have an array of chicken teriyaki sushi, salmon avocado sushi. We've got the delicious balls of octopus, which are so good. Have you ever tried these?
No.
You're trying one. We've got some chicken down here, and we've got the array of Krispy Kreme New Zealand Halloween donuts. Also here we have two limited edition drinks from Red Bull. One is apricot and strawberry flavour, and the other one is dragon fruit. We've got some ginger, we've got some soy sauce. We've got everything going on, and we're just ready to go. Cheers. Oh, it's delicious. I'm just gonna like go through what happened when we had baby girl.
Some ginger, please.
Of course you can. Yeah, look, we can have it with my delicious nails just all over it. So ladylike. The first question's real simple. What happened when you went into labour, and how did you both feel? I went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I thought my waters had broken, but I wasn't sure. Baby had basically pooped in the womb, and that's why I didn't know what was going on. Lovely that we're talking about this when we're eating. Yummy? And if you want some of mine, have some. Also, this is dragon roll, I forgot to say. This is a dragon roll. This isn't just the salmon with avocado on it.
What are these again?
Chickens.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what's that. They're just like fried chicken. Look freaking delicious on the menus. Like what's that? I basically took some photos of what had happened, sent them to my midwife, and she said, "You're going to hospital now." How did you feel when that happened? When we were here and that all kicked off?
I don't know. I thought it was going to be a quick process. I thought
How long?
we would be there like 3-4 hours max. Like we were going to get there, baby's going to slide out, and then we'll come home.
I was praying for it.
That's wishful thinking.
In your family, you have quite quick labours.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
I was hoping for that too, to be honest. I was like, I'm going to do it like your
I was
sister.
all hoping for that.
I'm so ready for this. Yeah, no. I went to the hospital and they just said, here, have this room. And then we were there for a while. They said, what did it feel like when your waters broke? Mine didn't break all at once. They broke constantly for about a day. So it's like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. It was disgusting, like, to be honest, because she'd pooped in the womb. You can only imagine. It was gross, and it just... I can't go into the logistics right now because there's food around and no one needs to know that business, but it just wasn't so fun. It wasn't painful. There's no pain at all. It's just a bit gross. What is this stuff on top? It looks like a truffle or something. I love these so much. These are the octopus balls. So we went to hospital and they basically said they'd have to induce me. I didn't feel like I was in labour. I'd been having contractions for like a week, and then I'd had Braxton Hicks about 2 weeks before that as well. So I knew it was coming, but I did not feel like I was in labour. Like, straight up, I was like, nah, I don't think I'm ready. The only reason I have to go in is because she pooped in the womb. Otherwise, I would have stayed home, but it's a risk of infection, so you have to go in.
Yeah. She really pooed in the womb.
Yeah, it was gross. I went to have the induction with the drip, but there were no staff and at the hospital. It was too busy with people giving birth. So they decided to give me the liquid, which is like a little pill dissolved in water every 2 hours. Oh my god, I've missed them. I haven't had them in a while. Yum.
Not bad.
So an induction, if you don't know, basically speeds up birth by forcing your body to release hormones.
They give you drugs to push the baby out.
Literally, like they're trying to force you, like you are now giving birth. Here is a tablet, in some water, drink this, and then your baby will pop out quicker. Because my body was not naturally going into labour. And then I slowly was in labour for how long? Oh god, another day. It was over 24 hours of the liquids because I asked the midwife how long I'd have to take the liquids for. She said up to 24 hours, and I hit over 24 hours and then got annoyed. And I was like, why didn't she just tell me it was more than a day? It doesn't taste of anything. It tastes like a pill crushed in water.
Yeah.
But my contractions were so far apart still, there was no pattern to them. So then the contractions started to pick up, and they got closer together and more intense. And again, that was hours of contractions. I don't know how long it was. Everything blurred together. What did you think when the contractions were getting worse?
By that point, we'd already been in there for like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
So
Forever.
at that point, I just wanted it to be over.
You just wanted to go home?
It's not nice seeing your partner like that. Because you makes you feel kind of helpless. There's not much that you can do. Except rub your back, which was all you pretty much asked me to do the whole time we were in there. They had COVID restrictions, so we could only have... It was just me. Even getting in and out of the hospital...
Oh, in the doors.
Just to go back to the car to get some stuff and then come back, it was just...
strict. I understand, but at the same time, like, it would have been nice if your mum could have been there with us.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, she would have loved that. But
She sat in the car park.
she did. She sat in the car park. Such a sweetheart. What do the contractions feel like? See, everybody always said contractions are like your stomach squeezing, like an anaconda, like squeezing your tummy or something, and you can feel it like rise up. But my mum said it was a pain in the lower back and nothing on the front. I didn't know what to expect. Mum was right. It was all in the lower back. I had the contractions and the squeezing around the front, but that was nothing compared to the pain in my back. It felt like someone like putting knives on the bottom of my spine, like just stabbing me in the back of the spine is the only way I can explain it. It felt a bit like fire at the bottom of my spine, like burning sensation, but really intense and deep. I was trying to just tell myself it's temporary, and that only the first 5 seconds would really be bad, and then it would start to dissipate again, it would calm down. So I was just sitting there like, it's only 5 seconds, you can do it. Every time there was a contraction, I just was like, try and keep calm, basically. And it says here, what helped with your contractions is the next question. The main thing was just breathing and keeping calm, because being mindful of fact it's not permanent. So I'd do a thing when you breathe in for like 4 to 5 seconds, and then you breathe out for like 6 to 7 seconds, so longer. Just means you're getting enough oxygen in your body, you're keeping yourself mentally calm, even though you know you're in pain. And I literally did it with every single contraction. I would stop and I'd just start breathing in and out to try and calm myself.
The lower back rubbing.
Yeah. He literally was like, he had sore hands from rubbing my lower back. It was ridiculous.
But there were friends that told me to expect that as well.
Mm.
Definitely lots of that.
It helps. I don't know what it is, the pressure.
It's got to be, quite
Really
hard.
really
real
hard.
hard.
And the other thing, you kept getting me them hot packs.
Oh yeah, the heat packs. Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's almost like, because it feels like it's on fire, if you put something hot on it, you already can't feel the start of it burn.
You had it on your back for like days, so you had like a red mark.
It was so sore. When I got home from hospital, it's like a red... Like, I've literally probably scorched a layer of my skin off, like. And he said, is it too hot? I won't give it to you again. I was like, no, I don't care, just put it on. I tried a TENS machine. That only worked with really early labour for me, up to when we went to the hospital. Great at home, but just too fiddly to do when you can't be arsed. Like. And again, it doesn't get rid of the pain. It kind of tries to divert the attention away. Basically, it's like a mild electric current to confuse your brain into thinking you're okay, basically. It worked a little bit, but only with the minor contractions, nothing else. I hadn't slept for like a week and a half, basically, properly. I was sleeping really, really well with pregnancy, but then as soon as the contractions hit, it's just something that's a mild annoyance at the beginning. It's just like, oh, for God's sake, I'm awake again. It's not painful, but it's just annoying. And I asked the midwife, I said, what can we do to move this along? She said to get a towel. You'd like lean over, and he put the towel over my butt. And then he grabbed 2 sides of the towel, and he's doing the action now,
like
he wiggled it.
Yeah.
So he's like shimmying my hips. So it basically like loosens your pelvis, which releases pressure. Felt so good, but it brought contractions on faster. Which was great, because I was like, yeah, let's shimmy this baby out. So I was literally sitting on the ball, and then he was shimmying me.
Yeah, that was like the 3rd day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. On the 3rd day, she rose again. Jeez. Oh my gosh. The other thing that helped my contractions is just him being there and being very calm, because it makes you feel a bit more safe, and having good staff around you as well, I think. So like support from everyone. I didn't panic at any point during any of it. Like, I was absolutely fine.
Oh, the staff at the hospital were nice.
They were amazing. The staff were, like, they couldn't have been better. They were so good. So nice. Were they nice to you as well? Like,
yeah, there were some real demanding people in there.
no, some of the other patients
Some
were.
of the women were like really demanding. There were husbands or like partners crying in the corridors.
Panicking, crying, phone calls. One nearly passed out.
Oh yeah, he missed the birth.
Yeah, he missed his daughter's birth because he was like freaking out outside.
He was complaining about something, and then the nurse, the midwife came and said that his partner had given birth, and then he just went pale and then just sat outside our room for like.
He didn't go back in.
Like an hour, 2 hours. Just sat out there.
That was great though, because we were bored. So it was like drama. It was like a TV show.
That was the first day we were there, because they were just ignoring us for pretty much that first day. There were too many people giving birth, and they were understaffed as well.
Yeah, they just basically put us in a room and just said, you're not a priority. And I was like, not a problem.
There was a screamer next door.
Oh my gosh, that scared me. Yeah, I started crying in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I came out and was like, I'm scared.
Yeah, she was constantly screaming.
She properly was screaming her head off like someone was like ripping her leg off. And I was like, is that going to be me in an hour?
Like, you would hear people coming,
A lot of people came and went.
They'll come and go.
And you can hear the babies when they were born. That was
Yeah,
really
you hear the
cute.
babies crying.
And you hear the nurses going, one more push, congratulations, it's a boy. And I was like, oh my god. The contractions got worse. And then I was like, I need to walk. I want to walk because I know that gets babies out.
Yeah, we did a couple laps.
And they gave me gas and air.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't work for me.
Yeah, but you used a hell of a lot of it.
I know, I was just like, you know what? Let's try it. I was like, it was really weird. It tastes funny and it makes you a bit lightheaded, like you feel slightly tipsy, but it didn't get rid of any of the pain. It just makes you, I think it kind of relaxes you, like your shoulders would relax. But the pain is still there, so I didn't really see the point of it. Then we moved rooms and they offered me an epidural because I've been there so long. And I said yes because it was such a slow process my body still wasn't ready for. I was tired. Like, I've been having contractions for so long, like a week and a bit. I was just like, you know what, no. Like, you wouldn't have leg surgery without pain relief, so why the hell should I give birth without it? I was going to give birth naturally, but when they offered, I was like, no, I'm tired. I can't have this in me right now. And I am...
the drugs.
Yeah, and the nurse, obviously, they can't instruct you what to do. It's your own choice. But afterwards, when I came up to me and she said, I'm so glad that you took the epidural, you've been hit forever. I was like, thank you so much. I felt like I'd done the right thing. I was like, okay, that's good. Like, she said, I'm really proud of you for taking it. And that means so much coming from a nurse. Because some women do feel that they have to power through. What flavour is that?
I don't think it's just chocolate ice.
The nurse was really cute and that just gave me the confidence in my decision. Because it is like a stigma that women have to endure the pain of birth sometimes, or you haven't done it properly, which I think is absolute crap. Like, let's be honest, like, you go through pain anyway, and you've already, like, grown the child inside of you. Is that not enough? What is an epidural, and how was it? So an epidural is basically, if you're squeamish, maybe close your ears for just 1 second. Make you bend over like a little prawn, and they stab a needle into basically the vertebrae of your spine to get a little tube in, that they then put medicine in to...
Numb your legs.
Basically, yeah. It basically stops the brain receiving messages from the rest of your body up your spine that you can feel pain. So it's cutting it off. So the pain is there, but you just don't know it's there. It's great. But it does mean that you need a catheter, so you can't pee-pee because you can't stand up, and you can't feel anything below the breasts. Let's be honest, like, I couldn't feel anything. I found it great. Genuinely, the pain of the needle was nothing. What did you think when I was told I had to have the epidural? Well, not have to.
Oh, I felt sorry for you at that point because we'd already been there like 3 days and you were in pain for so long. And then you had to be in pain just a little bit more. You had to go through a little bit more pain just to get to the end. So, and like I said, like, you feel helpless watching because there's nothing you can do.
It's an odd feeling, must be.
Yeah, it is odd. And I see why they were like husbands in that crying. And the corridors and that. It's tough to watch.
I feel
But at
sorry
the same
for you.
time, when you come out of it, you do have like a newfound respect for your partner, for sure.
How sweet is it? Did you have any weird side effects from the epidural? The shakes. At that point, his mum was let in.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because they told me I was going to give birth by midday, lunchtime. And this was like 8 in the morning. Just woken up from a nap. And I was shaking like a crack fiend. Literally, like, I couldn't keep still. I felt absolutely great. Like, I felt the best I had in days. But I just couldn't control my body. And his mum was really worrying because she was like, oh my gosh, is she okay? To the nurses. And they're like, this is fine, it's normal. And then your mum was like, this is not normal. And I was like, she's right. Like, this isn't normal, but it is. Because there was a lot of drugs in my body at that point.
Yeah.
I'd also had quite a lot of antibiotics because they'd messed up some lines in my arm. And
they like missed the mark like 3 times. So.
And they missed both lines in both hands, and then they blew up massive with like fluid. Gross. And I had bruised hands for like weeks after pregnancy, after birth as well. That was really weird to me. Is it chicken good?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Oh, good. That's very happy. The doctor came in and just was like, stop, turn all the machines off. And I was like, this doesn't feel like it's meant to be happening. And she said, no, you're not doing this naturally, it's not going to happen. And then they started kind of having a bit of a tiff, her and the midwife. She was like, why have you let her get to this stage? It's quite obvious she can't naturally give birth, we need to do a C-section now. And I was like, yeah, that figures, yeah, so we've done an induction, then we've done the epidural, and now we have to do a C-section as well. They said it was an emergency C-section, so they got all this paperwork out. And it basically is the worst of the worst that can happen. Like, they're talking about if you die, if you need a blood transfusion, you're signing your life away.
That was like tipping point.
What happened when you heard that?
There's not a lot that phases me. But that, oh man, I was like on the verge of tears. I was trying so hard not to cry.
Because they told us lunchtime. And I was like, oh my god. And then all of a sudden this one was like...
It was like day 4 or like day 3.
I hadn't slept either.
Oh, we both hadn't slept. We've been paying the whole 3 days we were there, and then reached the finish line, and then they're like, oh no, actually you're going to have to cut you open now.
Move the goalpost even further.
Yeah. And you were shaking and stuff on the bed, and I was freaking out.
I was genuinely fine, but the shaking just makes it look like you're so much more vulnerable.
Yeah, my mum was on the verge of tears as well. She did well to hold back.
So strong for me. I knew she didn't want me to worry about her as well, but I was worried about her and you, because obviously I wasn't with my family, and I know that you guys just wanted to look after me so much. It's hard, but my partner was literally messaging my family every 3 seconds, everything that was going on. My mum kept saying, "Oh my god, like he's amazing to be able to be in that situation and still updating us every 3 seconds with whatever the doctor said or the nurse." So C-section was a go-go. Such a drama-filled journey.
Let's get changed into scrubs. Prepare for surgery.
He disappeared. And then he came back and I thought it was a doctor, and I looked and I was like, oh my god, that's my man dressed in scrubs.
Yeah, they gave me like a t-shirt. It was like a size too small, maybe. Freaking chest was like bulging out. My arms
Like
was
the Hulk
bulging
was in
out.
there with me. All these scrawny ass doctors, they don't have proper arms.
This big brown guy just standing in the corner, not doing anything.
Loved it. How long did the C-section take? I don't really remember, so we're going to have to ask you on this one.
That was quick, man. That was...
I think they said that like 5 minutes, but I don't know how long
Yeah.
that was.
I think it might have been under that. The doctor that done it, she was quick. You could tell she's done it a million times before. You got on the table, they set up, and then she started. And then like in 5 minutes it was over. Baby came sliding out, covered in poo, screaming, and peeing at the same time.
She
And
just
then,
like her mama.
yeah.
It's been so long up to that point, it's so slow, and then all of a sudden, 5 minutes and she's there. It was
like, couldn't you just cut her out when we first got here?
thank you, literally. If only they'd known everything that could have happened, but obviously they don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And I was meant to give birth naturally, obviously this was an emergency C-section. What did the C-section feel like? So they top up the epidural, they put more liquid through the pipe so you can't feel anything. So I was still numb. They pin your arms out like this so you can't move, and they put more lines in your arms for more fluids, and if they need to for the blood transfusion if you lose too much blood. And it's weird, with the epidural you can't feel pain but you can feel touch. So if you were touching my arm like this I could feel it, but if you pinch me I would just feel like you're touching me, I wouldn't feel pain. So I knew they were down there. I could feel like the pressure of them cutting, like it just felt like someone like was touching my arm, but they were actually cutting open, and then you could feel them going through all the layers. It's really weird, but absolutely no pain. And then a nurse walked over to me and she was holding my hand, which was really cute, and she said, "Don't worry, it doesn't hurt at all, it just feels like someone's doing the washing up on your stomach." I burst out laughing. I was like, what? And it did. It felt like someone was just like messing around down there, but you can't feel any pain. We were laughing, we were joking.
Yeah.
Obviously you could see more. Did you watch?
No, I was looking at you because I was holding your hand, and they had the little umbrella thing up around you. So I was more focusing on you. I was looking at you. And we were just locking eyes.
Like what? Like,
It wasn't until I heard her crying that I looked over and then saw her lying there covered in poo.
in the lights above me, the surgical lights, I could see the reflection of my insides. So I could just see all this red and mess and stuff, and them just going to town. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Like, if they could have taken the screen away, I would have done it. But obviously they can't, because some people might pass out or something. I would have loved to watch my C-section. Like, just to watch it, like, cut me open and stuff. Because you can't feel anything. It's actually, like, fascinating to me. We were joking. The guy was asking what songs we want. The anaesthetist was hilarious. Did your partner cut the umbilical cord?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
What's it like? That's one thing I couldn't experience.
In my head, when you cut the umbilical cord, it was just like, it's supposed to be like one clean cut, like one snip, and then you're done. But it was like rubber, like a rubber tube. You know how you gotta like saw at it.
Go for it. Is it thick?
Not that thick. It was just not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be one snip, but it was a sawing motion. Unless the scissors they gave me was like the wrong type or whatever. I don't know. But it was nice though. It was very surreal. There were so many people in the room though. There were like,
oh my god, so many staff.
8, 9, 10, maybe even 10. Everyone doing their part, but they all worked like that's.
They were amazing.
That's teamwork, right
like
there.
an
Like
army
they
of
all
ants,
did
just like-
their yeah.
They all had their thing to do, like the anaesthetist, you had the surgeon, then you had the woman holding my hand,
Like perfectly and perfect.
people holding my arms
Sick.
and doing the lines. Then you had the guy who cleaned the baby up. Then you had there were so many people in that room.
Everyone just like worked and so it was beautiful to watch. It really was.
It was like a freaking dance. It was like
Yeah.
so fluid and perfect, and they knew exactly what everyone was doing. I'm gonna really quickly take a bite of this donut because I don't know what's in
Yeah, I
it.
guess all up we were in there for like 20 minutes, maybe a little bit over. We were out.
20 minutes. How crazy is that for life?
And then out, yeah, like quick, super quick. Baby got weighed,
Remember back to recovery.
weighed and measured and that, and then
Chocolate cream in that donut, by the way.
you came in, and then they did an assessment on you.
Did they?
Yeah, the
What did they do?
there was another nurse. They were checking like your blood pressure and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and it turns out I didn't need a blood transfusion during the operation, but I had lost too much blood. They gave me an iron infusion instead, which is something I never knew about. And the guy was so slick with it. Instead of saying, she's losing too much blood, we need to do a transfusion or we need to give her iron now, the man came up to me and he said, oh, have you ever been anemic in your life? And I was like, yes, years ago, but yes. He went, okay then. He said, we're just going to top you up with a little bit of iron just to help you out when you're recovering from having baby. And I was like, you are so slick. Because actually on the notes it was, she'd lost too much blood. She was bleeding out, and the next step would have been a transfusion if the iron hadn't worked and kicked in to basically make some more blood in my body. But that was so, I liked that, because I didn't know it was an actual emergency. How was your recovery? Because of the epidural, I couldn't move anything below my waist. So it was frustrating. Like, I couldn't, well, there was a bit of pain, just like a feeling of, I don't know, as the epidural wore off, you can feel a little bit more of the actual cut and how it's very tender. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, and I prepared myself for it to be awful. So it was all good. I remember trying to wiggle my toes to like make the epidural wear off quicker because I was so frustrated I couldn't move. I couldn't pick baby up. I couldn't hold her because I had all the lines in my arms. And they refused to take them out because they were keeping an eye on me and I had to have fluids. I couldn't change her nappy. I couldn't feed her. So this one did everything for her. Her first everything, this man had to do, which made me feel guilty because I felt like I wanted to help him, but very, very proud. And I think it made you bond with her because most dads don't have that. Was it absolutely terrifying?
Yeah.
Because I would have been terrified.
I freaked out because
I don't blame you.
after you got the assessment and then we got to the room and then the midwife came and just like wrapped baby up. So like swaddled her up and then was like, here you go, here's your baby, congratulations, and they
So
just
weird.
left.
They literally just was like, bye.
You know what to expect, like, you know, when you're pregnant and you're going through those 9 months, you have some idea, but then
Nappies
you
and
don't,
bottles and not sleeping, yeah.
you don't really feel it until you're left alone in the room with the baby.
Yeah, I didn't know how it would work. Like, is the nurse going to stay with you and tell you what to do? They just literally put her in a box and then left. Not like a cardboard box. In her little crib box thing. That was intense. I felt fine mentally, but I just couldn't move. So I was like, I'm just here like I felt like I'm just like a sausage just laying there in bed, absolutely useless.
You just want to be like really gentle with them. As if you're a first time parent, they're so fragile to you.
Yeah, like so
And
tender.
you just want to like...
You don't want to hurt her. Or, like when you're like changing the first onesie, you're like, can our arm bend that way? Is it going to hurt? Is she going to cry? Is she not? The overall like experience of everything, I had a really good time. I know, like, obviously the contractions were intense. Like, the pain, let's be honest, it hurts. It's a contraction. But again, I think I had psyched myself up to know it's natural. You technically can handle it. Like, your body is built for this. And it's a natural process, even though you're going to be going through pain. So I think I psyched myself up enough to prepare for it. You have to try and have a positive mindset through it. Because... you have to, like, you're going to get through it, you will survive it. You can't sit there and be negative. That's not, it's not an option in my book. That's not how I was raised. It's just a situation on the table. To get that baby, it's going to come out for you in some way or another. It was not the way we planned. We planned for just like a normal, natural birth.
We hoped for a nap, like just a quick...
Literally like 2
In and out.
hours and baby will be in my arms and, you know, I'll be waddling home. But no, this is the cutest donut ever. It's like got little eyes. See his eyeballs? What did you think of like the whole experience? Was it anything like you thought it would be, or?
No, it was 10 times worse. We just hoped for you hope for the best, but then we ended up getting not the worst. It could have been worse.
It could have been worse, exactly.
It could have been way worse.
It definitely wasn't great.
It was just a long process, that's all.
Yeah, it was a lot of...
It was a long process to get to the end where it was just 20 minutes.
Yeah, if she hadn't pooped in the womb, I don't think I would have given birth for another week. I just knew that I wasn't ready when the induction liquid was given.
Yeah,
you felt like my body was being forced.
He did keep saying that though.
Mm.
Oh, so nice to come home though.
Mm.
We've been
Coming
in there
home
for
with her.
4 days because we had to stay there. Was it 2 days? 2 days more after after the C-section, and then it was pouring down with rain, and baby was screaming on the way home.
Yeah, we were meant to go and get some fried chicken, but she was crying so much we couldn't. And I was like,
and then we panicked and just came home.
We're like, forget it, just get home.
She's good now. She's 4 months now, so
Mmm.
it was quick.
Mm. This one with the worms on it, it's delicious. That's my favourite one. It's jam. This is a white chocolate on white chocolate. It's very, very sweet but nice. That I think is just chocolate, did you say?
Yeah, it's just chocolate iced.
And this is like a chocolate mousse filled pumpkin. So I think we're done. Any questions, pop them below and I'll try and answer them in another video for you guys. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day and I'll see you all soon. Say bye.
Peace.
Oh wow, did you see that? All this action. Bye!